everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new then hi, my name is Caitlin and today we are going to be updating my Project 10 Uses project pan. So you probably guessed it by the name if you haven't already been catching up with these updates. I pick 10 products from my collection and I use them 10 times, and this project just lets me kind of get to know my collection a lot more, and it gives me a break from all the serious project panning. I don't have any pressure to actually hit pan on things. I don't have any crazy usage goals. It just lets me get to know my things and gives me a little bit of a break. So I really do love this project. We've got some up and down progress today. There is some things that I've just smashed it out the park, and there are other things I've completely neglected. But just before we jump into it, if you have not already, please like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. And yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so our first product is this. This is the Barry M. I literally already forgot what it's called. The Euphoric Metallic Cream Eyeshadow. It's all rubbing off the front. I have not had this for that long, but I mean, it's Barry M. Whatever. This is what it looks like. Now, you're probably all rolling your eyes because I've not had good luck with this before, but I've actually used this 3 times this month, which is a lot for me, okay? The previous month I used it once, the month before I used it once, and then the month before that I didn't use it. So we've used it 3 times. That's a lot for me, oh my god. So I've started using this as like a base colour instead of an actual eyeshadow that I can like top on my lid. I've been using this just all over the crease, all over the lid as a first eyeshadow when I do my looks. For more kind of smoky looks, for more cool tone looks, this works really, really nicely like that, and that's how I've kind of started using it. This used to crease whenever I'd use it as like an actual eyeshadow. I know it is an eyeshadow, but you know what I mean. When I'd use it as like a proper colour on my lid, it would crease a lot and I couldn't really blend it out too much because then it would be like up my eyebrow, and I didn't really want that. So I just take the tiniest amount, use it all over my crease and all over my lid as a base shade when I do my looks, and that's how I've really started using it. I don't think this will last in my collection, to be honest, because I don't need it. I don't need to do that. My looks come out pretty similar without it, so I'm just enjoying it for the time being, and I will probably be decluttering this at some point. But yeah, it was nice to play around with for a little bit. We're up to 5 uses, we're halfway there, so I don't think we'll do it this month, but maybe in a few months this will finally be rolled out. This has been in for so long. Next is my MUA highlighter. This is what it looks like. It's in the shade Iridescent Gold. I haven't used it this month. I haven't touched it, haven't used it. I have barely looked at it this month. So we're still sat on 5 uses. The reason is I've been working my bum off to try and finish off that Revolution highlighter in my rolling project pan because I have a Pan That palette which has highlighters in it and I really want to focus on them. I don't know when this is going to be used because, as I said, my Pan That palette has a lot of highlighters in it, so this is going to be a slow burner, I think. Ever since I brought my Pan That palette in, I didn't really think about this. I didn't think about this that much, and this is going to be neglected. I'm going to try and get the rest of the 5 uses. I could mix it with a darker highlighter in that palette. That could work quite well to get the uses up, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see, that's all I'm saying. Next we have the Beauty Bay bronzer in the shade Donut. This is what it is looking like. It is a little bit more used. I've used this 3 times this month for a total of 8. So we've only got 2 uses left. We're so close. We are so close on this. This will be done by next update. I haven't used this that much because I am working on my Kiko bronzer. That is the main bronzer that I'm working on right now. I've rolled in way too many bronzers in my projects. I'm overloaded with bronzers, so these are struggling. They're struggling to keep up, but I mean, 2 more uses in a month. We can do that easy peasy. I can do that. Oh my god, I can do that this weekend. Boom, see? This weekend I'm using this, then it is rolled out. Don't have to look at it again in a project. I do like it though. The reason I rolled it into this project is because I didn't really know how I felt about it. But I've realised I do quite like it, it is nice, so I'm glad about that. I'm glad that it has been in this project and that I have made my mind up about that. Next we have my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I did hit my 10 uses. I only had to use it an additional 4 times. It's only been in 2 months, so this was a pretty quick rollout. But yeah, it just gave me a little bit of a break from my Huda concealer. I've been using my Huda concealer for probably about 8 or 9 months now, trying to use that up. It just gave me a little bit of a break, which I really needed. I really needed a break from that. And it just made sure that the rest of my concealer collection isn't completely going to waste. That is something I'm very conscious about now that that Huda concealer's been in for so long. I'm worried that the rest of my concealers are just kind of sat there gathering dust, and I don't want that. So I am glad that I got 10 uses out of this. Next is my MCO liquid blush, and I used this the additional 3 times, and we've also hit 10 uses on this. This was really nice. I do want to finish it this year. I've decided. We hit an air bubble very, very quickly, so the reason I put it in this project is just because I wanted to see where 10 uses got us, because I hit the air bubble in like 2 uses, I think, of this. And there's a lot of product. There's about this much left. We're just over halfway. I think it will be quite difficult to use up because obviously I only use a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of this, but it would be good to use up. It would be nice. I'm glad I hit my 10 uses. I'm glad that I used this a little bit, got some thoughts on it. It's a very vibrant blush, so I think this will definitely be coming out more in summer. I'm feeling very summery today. It's very cold and it's frosty out, so I don't know why I'm feeling very summery today, but I just am. This says you can use it on your lips. I didn't use it on my lips, I only used it on my cheeks. So I think if this went into a proper project to try and completely use it, I would play around with it on my lips. It's very pink though, that's the thing. It's like a pinky red. Don't know how I feel about that on my lips. Next, I need a smack. I need a smack on the wrist. I have not used this once this month. It is still stuck on 4 uses, and again, it's because of the bronzer thing. I rolled in so many bronzers, I cannot keep up. I'm working on 7 highlighters right now. And this one. And that one. So 9 highlighters. That's healthy. So yes, 4 uses. We're still on 4 uses. Have not used it at all. It's nice. I like it. The reason I rolled it into the project is to get to know it a little bit more because I really hadn't used it. It was an impulse purchase because it's cute. I thought that the bronzer was going to be way too dark for me because it is so pigmented. It is quite dark, but as long as I use a light hand, it is really, really nice. So I'm glad that I found that out. I thought the highlighter was going to be a bit too dark for me as well because it slightly, but it's really nice. If I use a light hand, it's really glowy. It is the perfect shade. So I'm glad that I found that out, but now I just got to love it a little bit more. So yeah, we got 6 more uses on that. I'm not going to make any promises because as I said, that Kiko bronzer is taking up my life, and then it's going to be the Beauty Bay bronzer, and then it's going to be the contour palette. So hopefully I can get a few uses, but I don't think it will be rolling out next month. Next we have the little sister to the other Barry M. This is the Euphoric Metallic Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Aura, and I have not used this again this month. This is like a blue to purple kind of shade. This really does crease on me. I'm yet to use it as a base, how I use the other one, but this creases like hell. Oh my god, I really need to use it more. I need to play around with it because it kind of put me off it. It really did put me off it. The few times that I used it, it was just not great. So we're still stuck on 2 uses. Sorry. I'm gonna see if I can play around with it. Hopefully I can. Hopefully I can find a way that I kind of like it, because right now I really don't. It just creases so badly. Even if I put a proper eyeshadow over the top of it, creases. Even if I use like my P. Louise eye base and then set that, creases. It's mad. It's mad. It's not great. Next we have my Maybelline foundation in the shade 21 Nude Beige. This is very dark for me. So I do mix it with my KVD foundation, and we have hit 10 uses. It took us 1 month. We only rolled it in last month, but we have hit 10 uses. I find that foundations are very easy for me to hit 10 uses on because I don't really work on a lot of foundation. But I have actually rolled this in to my This Is Fantasy, and I want to finish it. I really do. It's old, it's so old, and it's also not my shade, so I want to finish it, I want to get it out of my collection, and this project just gave me that little push, those little extra 10 uses to make me want to put it in a project and make me want to finish it up, because as I said, it's old and you can tell. Some days you can tell. And finally we have my NARS Exposed Cheek Palette. You guys will know I lusted after this for years, so I wanted to put it in a project. I don't know if you can see from there, but these blushes are really looking very used. I've only used this palette 6 times, but it's looking a little bit beaten up already. This formula is quite hard to pick up on a brush, so you've really got to dig in there, and I think that's probably why. These two bronzers obviously have not been used. I think I've used them once and I mixed them together because, you know, there's a bronzer overflow. But this highlighter, it's actually really nice. It is quite subtle, which I don't normally go for, but for just like a subtle day, it's really nice. I love mixing these two shades together, this peach and then this more berry tone. This is a little bit too dark for me, but like, I'm doing Legally Blonde soon, so I'm sure this will get a lot of use. Okay, so that means I'm rolling in 3 things, and yeah, I kind of struggled actually figuring out what I wanted to roll in. I really did struggle. I didn't really know how to balance things. I feel like I'm working on a lot of everything right now, so I didn't want to take away from them, but I also wanted to push myself. So first we have my Kiko Milano concealer. I bought this in September and I have used it maybe twice. I want to know more about this. I want to get to know it, and it will also give me a little bit of a break from my Huda concealer. I've been working on that Huda concealer for so long. Oh my god. It's ridiculous. So I want to give myself a little bit of a break from that and let myself play around with this a little bit. Wait a minute. Oh my god, I didn't talk about my pumpkin spice palette. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm so sorry. Okay, rewind a little bit. This is my pumpkin spice palette. Ooh. Last month I had 4 uses on it and I have used it an extra 3 times, so we're not quite there yet. I am wearing it today. Obviously not the blue, but this thing is this palette. So we've only got 3 more uses to go on it. Hopefully that I can do that. For Legally Blonde, these pinks will come in very, very handy. So yeah, I'm hoping to get the 3 uses out of that. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that. Anyway, moving on. So rolling in concealer. Okay. Next, we're obviously rolling out a foundation, so I decided to roll in my Morphe Fluidity foundation. This is something that I kind of want to finish this year. It's not that old, but I don't know. I don't hate it as much as most people. Most people really despise this foundation. I don't think it's bad at all, but I just have better in my collection, and I'm glad that I've tried it, but I'm ready for this to go. So I'm going to be putting my 10 uses on this. And then finally, for the exciting thing, this is my Juvia's Place Saharan 2 palette. This is what it looks like inside, and I just neglect this. I really neglect this. This is one of my least used palettes in my collection, I think. I do have a pan in this shade Aziza, but it was really easy to hit. I just used it as an inner corner. Yeah, these blues, obviously, I love blue. I love blue so much. This kind of pinky shade, it looks red, but when you blend it out, it is a really vibrant pink. That, for Legally Blonde, will be perfect. These 2 neutrals are obviously staples. And then we've got some really interesting shimmers as well, and the shimmers are so shimmery in this. They're so beautiful. So I think I'm gonna have a pretty good time playing around with this. I hope so anyway, because that's why I rolled it in. So that is it for my Project 10 uses. It was a little bit all over the place, a little bit of a shambles, but welcome to my channel. I'm never organised. I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day. Be sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!